Stripes for flowers or shorts for shoes. Everything seems to be possible at this exchange of clothes at the University of Portsmouth. The event is part of an international campaign called Fashion Revolution.
The fashion industry is one of the biggest industries in the world, and also I think the second biggest polluter of the environment. It also employs millions of people around the world, but unfortunately their employment circumstances aren't always fair. So this campaign is really to raise awareness, and one of the main questions that the Fashion Revolution campaign asks is, who made my clothes? So they ask people to take a photograph of the label inside their garments and to hashtag in their brand and ask who made my clothes. Really asking those big brands and those manufacturers to make their supply chains transparent, so that we can really trace back and find out that the people who are making our clothes are being paid a living wage and they're working in proper working conditions. The Fashion Revolution campaign was spearheaded after the Rana Plaza disaster 4 years ago, where a garment factory collapsed in Bangladesh, killing over 1,000 of its garment workers. So those people were working in very unfair conditions. So it's really making sure that no disaster ever happens again. We're encouraging people to swap their clothes. So we've had various donation points through it this week. So people have brought in their good quality items. And today, for 2 hours, they're going to have a kind of swap session. So everyone gets a ticket for each item that they bring in, and they can swap it for another item. The idea being that then you're swapping and not shopping, so there's no financial outlay for you. And these clothes, which have nothing wrong with them, they have no holes, they're not torn, they're still in great condition, they get to have another life and be loved by someone else and worn for a lot longer.
Isn't it a fantastic idea to, instead of going shopping and being a consumer and buying new stuff, but just to swap each other's clothes?
It's nice to be able to bring in clothes that you may no longer wear anymore and other people might wear a bit more than what you do.
And for garments that might look a little worn out, the motto here is Mending is trending, as the university is offering a workshop on Friday that'll show people how to make more of their beloved wardrobe.
There's a real trend for patching, there's a real trend for visible mending, so actually kind of making the repair quite visible using a contrasting thread, stitching something kind of creative over where you might have a hole or a stain, and kind of celebrating the fact that you are doing something creative with a garment which otherwise may have been thrown away.
Blogger Alana used to thrive on fast fashion, but the fashion revolution has changed her point of view, and she believes that the future will hold more sustainable ways of producing garments.
I'm here living my life in the Western world, constantly consuming on a weekly basis, and it's not something that's sustainable. It's not sustainable for me, my bank account, and it's not something that's sustainable for the future of the planet and workers as well. There are certain trends that are appearing with regards to changing consumer behaviour. There's certain brands starting to make shoes out of pineapple leaf fibres. So there's people that are starting to think about how can we reuse items that are maybe going to be discarded as waste and recreate them into something else, because that's a natural byproduct of the pineapple trade. So it's like no extra water's used, no extra sort of man labour's used, and all these people are getting paid a fair wage as well. So there are actually brands out there doing something to be a bit more ethical, sustainable, and sort of look after the welfare of their workers as well.
Nicole Ris, for That's Solent.